So let's do it. Good afternoon, everyone. Basically, it's morning here. This is Next AR, and we're a social AR exploring project. This is our team. We have two programmers, Isaac and Max, and two designers, Jimmy and Lai, and I'm a producer boy, apparently. This is our faculty, Cara and Melanie, and they're also our clients. So first things first, what is the goal of our project? We want to create a multiplayer AR experience for players in the different physical locations and provide them with several social interactions and let them follow user hand gesture to interact with the virtual things in the virtual world. Combined with all of them, we want to create a meaningful and cohesive social AR experience within this semester. This is the devices we're using. So basically, we combine the HTC Vive Pro with the Z camera, and we turned it from a VR headset into an AR pass-through AR headset. Also with leap motion, and we can let our guests fully use their hand gestures and get rid of the controllers. And quick recap for what happened before House and during House. So we started researching on existing project in the market, for example, the social VR games and Magic Leaps and some mature AR, mobile AR applications. And also we learn how can we get our guests to engage in our experience through playing party games together. Also, we got inspired from the previous ETC projects, Pupil and ICO, and we learned from them how to use AR feature well and how to use the devices well. And this is 3 tech demos we have on House. So the first one is 2 players can high five and clapping in the virtual world. And second one is players can play with cubes, grab cubes, passing cubes to each other. The third one is a balance board minigame idea. So basically 2 players can hold a board together and lift it up and keep a board on it, keep a ball balance on it, and players actually really get engaged and excited about this minigame during the half playtest. Then let's see how we move on from House to the soft.
Thank you, Boy. So since Harps, we focus on social interactions that 2 players can do something together in an AI environment. So you must be wonder what different AR social experience can do in a remote space. So let's explore together. So to combine all the social interactions that we discover into one story, we research and explore various scenarios and themes, such as minigame, fishing, and survival experience. But we thought that these experiences are too random, such as fishing in the living room or sewing furniture do not convey our social interactions very well. So we wanted to scope down into specific events to make it more cohesive experience. In UTCS field with Carl and Melanie, Carl has been hosting a barbecue party at his place. It's been over 10 years tradition along the way. However, due to shelter in place, we were not able to do it. So we wanted to make it dream come true through the AR world. We figure out all we missing through shelter in place was socializing with each other. So this unique situation we have actually fit well into our project. Moreover, cooking and eating are universal social activities through which people can build a relationship together. So we believe these daily activities or experience well conveys the social interactions that we discovered from earlier prototypes. We are providing a remote barbecue party for players to engage in a meaningful and interactive AR social experience that fosters communication while being physically apart in the real world. Here is our final product we have during soft. Once you place the physical campfire and magic box in real space, you can start our experience. After you start, you'll meet your friends. So you can talk with other players since our tech team successfully implemented the networking part. When you interact with the magic box, it will automatically generate some objects that you can play with. So you can ignite fire using wood logs or stocking stones around the fire. And putting a grid rates on top of it with your friends cooperatively. So once you successfully land your grid gates, you can high five and clap with another player to celebrate. Now you are ready to have a barbecue. You can cook some food like chicken legs, corns, and marshmallows, and skewer foods. If food is ready, you can eat or feed each other. You can also grab a bottle of wine from the magic box and pour wine to each other and toast to celebrate and have fun together.
Oh, God, yes, Mm-hmm. Okay, cheers, guys. Cheers. It's really a good night. I mean, a good party.
So this is our experience flow that players can have an engaging and cohesive experience in our product. So I will hand over to Lai to talk more in depth about how we design our experience. Lai.
Thank you, Jamie. I'd like to start with what we designed special about AR, as we all know that VR could provide a better quality of environment than AR. But there is also something so special about AR that AR will provide a unique experience. Although our AR topic came from our clients, but while we design, we always keep in mind that how could we design a unique AR experience in our mind during the whole design process. So we designed two sets of physical props for our AR environment. One of them is a physical magic box. Our player could easily drag things out of the magic box. They will have a lot of material that will connect with their later activities. And also, we designed a physical campfire, which will provide a barbecue environment and let our players to have a lot of social activities and a really relaxed feeling around this physical campfire. We use these physical props to help our players connect to each other. They will have the feeling that, oh, another player is like really in my home. What did we do? Turn the halves text demos to the social activities in our final experience to achieve our goal of a remote social experience. In the halves, we had interactions like grab and passing stuff between each other. And we also use this interaction in our final experience that our players could always drag some different stuffs out of the magic box and play with them. And also, during the half play testings, we found out that our play testers naturally started to play Lego with the cubes. That's kind of our player have the requirement of constructions. So we also designed the construction part in our final experience, which of our players will use their creation to create it and construct the campfire by themselves. They will have some stones and try to communicate and build the campfire together. And also, we turned the balance board little game, which was very excited in our halves, into the another activity in our final experience that two players will hold a grill together and place the grill on the top of the campfire. We designed more social interactions to better fit our barbecue theme. For example, we designed cooking, which is a really fun activity, and it always gives our players some topics to talk about. And also, after you cooking the food, you could eat and feed each other, which is a really good sharing interactions. We also designed some celebration moments. For example, our players could high five and sharing their happiness, and also they could toasting. It's really a good social highlight moment, and it's also a perfect ending of our whole experience. As we planned in our hubs, we also added facial expressions in our final experience. Our avatars will automatically generate different emotions by activities. For example, when they high five, they will have a very excited face. And also, when they're eating something, they will have an eating animation. All this helps them to better share their feelings. After the whole design process, we came to the soft opening. And during soft opening, we got a lot of valuable feedback, such as we should have a warning feedback So our players when the hand is unfair. And also it might be too frequently to pulling things out of the box. And we could even enhance our social feeling better. So after the soft opening, we kept exploring and made some improvement for our project. First of all, we added the globals of our players to give us safety warning about to them. And also, instead of let our players to drag stones out of the box one by one, we designed to generate all the stones around one side of our campfire. So it will make our players have a better efficiency when they construction the campfire. And also, we designed this for one player to pass the stone to another player and to let them communicate more. And last, we added talking animation to help our players to share their feelings better. And how did we use technology to help our experience even better? Isaac will share about it.
Yeah, thanks, Lai. So here's a brief timeline for our development. As you can see from the graph, before TARPs, we're actually more focusing on building the infrastructures, like fixing the issues in the networking physics and adding new features like voice chatting. So after HARPs, we can more focus on our finalized design, like the BBQ party. So we closely cooperate with our designers to polish our details in the experience to give our users a more immersive experience. For example, when building the magic box, we actually added some visual effects to it that when you put your hand into the box, you actually feel like your hand is in a mysterious fog and all the particles can even light up your arms. And this feeling is really amazing and it makes our users feel like the virtual objects is really mixing to their reality. Of course, we also did many other polishings on usability. So Max, could you give us an example about that?
Sure, thanks, Isaac. So one of the biggest gameplay feature we built in the second semester is the construction system of the campfire. And we go at least 2 iterations on it. So in this version, whenever a player releases their hands, the cubes are going to automatically snap to a location where it fits. So the initial idea of this system is to prevent user from suffering too much when they build a campfire due to the instability of physics system from Unreal Engine. However, after a heated discussion among group members, we quickly found out that this kind of implementation is too restricted. It does not provide users with any freedom to express their creativity, and it does not have any user feedback at all. So that's why we went to our second iteration. So in this implementation, instead of hard-code the snapping location, as you can see, the player can freely place the bricks anywhere within the ring area around campfire. Also, we added a blue indicator to show where the bricks are going to fall, even before player releases their hand. So during the inner play testing, we found out that this experience is quite satisfying. So that's why we put this implementation into our final game. Now, Boy, could you talk a little bit about the takeaway of the overall project?
Sure, thanks, Max. Since we are exploring project, so during the exploring process in this whole semesters, we overcome several challenges and we learn, apart from the general lessons, we want to focus on our topic, the social AR. So we learned how to make the AR more social and more intuitive from brainstorming about our daily activities. And also through playtesting, we ask the playtesters what they want to do in their social environment in their real life and what they want to bring the real life activities to AR more. And another one is how we playtest, because we are using a really customized and unique devices, and no one had it except the 2 programmers. But luckily, 3 of them live together and can make it happen easier. But how we playtest basically through the video and Zoom meeting. So what we learn is it's kind of different when you actually can play with them, because I cannot actually playtest it. So during the video, so by watching the video, I would say I have a different ideas different from the players can actually playtest it. So later we have a bigger vision on our project as we want to combine more physical object with a virtual object and take advantages of other physical in the real world, and also provide them with more scenarios and more interesting social interactions in the game. And that's it. We want to thank you, Cora and Melanie, to make our dreams happen, and also Dave, Shirley, and Rob for the really great feedback, and also other playtesters to help us developing our games to improve. And thank you so much. We're open for questions.
All right, great job, team! Yay!
Yay!
I think Heather has a
Agree with
question.
Steve, nice background. So Dave's got questions. Thanks.
Go ahead, Heather.
Hey, yeah, great project team. Really interesting to see this. It occurred to me that it depends a lot on people's both like sort of physical capabilities in AR and also their kind of social willingness to play along, but there's a lot of possibility for things to go not according to script. And I'm wondering how many of those off-script things you had to plan for, and if you have like a system of when you choose to make something react appropriately, or to just, you know, for instance, like what if you take the wine bottle and you're not right over the glass, like either accidentally or on purpose, like what happens, and how did you make decisions about when to follow through on accidents like that actually having an effect?
It's a long question. So basically it's how we plan if they are not follow the script. So if they play in different way, how we solve this situation. Is that right? So yeah, I think we have it, and because for example the stone. So at the very beginning, during the building campfire process, it's an open world, but then they can actually build the stone out of the campfire. But we add an indicator for them to know like it's probably better to build on the campfire, and also for the wine. So when they pour in wine, so we give them a constraint because we actually discuss about can we so during the soft meeting we talk about like if I point wine to another player's head, so it's this kind of situation, but we give a kind of a limitation on it. So when they point wine to the cups and to the goblets, there will be wine, but if there's not, there will not be wine, I think. Yeah.
I'd also like to add something to this question. Is that although we have a script, we also call it experience flow that we designed. There is something out of the box, and players could play with them with a certain flow. But there is also always something happen that out of our plan, and it's so real in our real life. And I think our technology, that our physics system, help a lot during our whole process. That when we pull in the one, it's like really you are in real life, you're pulling the one. And sometimes we drop the glass on the ground, and it's really like the real life. Sometimes in real life, you drink with your friend and the glass drop off. It's happened, and we designed it as our natural life. And this all physics help us to make all the experience more like our real life. Although players are playing with something virtual, it's not a real one. It's not a real glass, but you can play like you are in real life, and you can chatting with your friend like in real life. What happens if in real life your glass drop off? You will have some random chat with your friend, right? And it also happened in our AR world.
John, I think that's a question.
Yeah, hi team. Really cool stuff. The question is, right now at the ETC, we have the pupil system in the demo room, but it is using Oculus. So the question is, could your world be, or how easy could it be ported to an Oculus, and how many things might break along the way?
Yeah, thank you. And so the question is, how easy can we transfer our experience to the Quest? And is there anything we need to change?
Sorry, not the Quest, the Rift.
Oh, the Rift. Okay. So I think as I go, Max.
Thanks. I think I can answer the question. So actually, our project is actually based on Pupil and Echo. They are using the Oculus Rift as their device. So actually, we just switched from Oculus to HTC Vive. So actually, it's our product is totally compatible with the Oculus. So if you use Oculus, you can just start it up and everything will work fine. We use the HTC Vive is just because we think the Lighthouse system is more precise to tracking the location. So it's just this simple reason why we switched to HTC Vive. But if you want to use like Oculus Rift, it's totally okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, team, that's time. Sorry, as we move along. So good job, team. Yay.
Thanks.
Thank you.